Controversies. Now, focus on form has been theoretically proved to be helpful. However, there do exist certain controversies around the instruction that is involved in focus on form, and it's also about what type of attention or what span of attention is needed from the learners to focus on form instruction to be successful. It is argued that the noticing hypothesis is somehow supported by a lot of research. However, there are researchers, applied linguists who have other opinions. So what we are saying over here, that research is giving us mixed results regarding the impact of focus on form strategies on learners' learning of the second language. You have this Robinson 1995 who says that focus on form actually then suggests that there should be in the mind a kind of a central executive system, that this is the system where attention resources are located, and it is somehow a system that guides the attention of the learners, and we need to know about the mechanisms of that system. And this would mean, that is, if we agree that such a system exists, that is allowing us to focus our attention on one thing or the other, then this would mean that we need to redefine the noticing hypothesis itself. So this is a theoretical thing. This is talking about how attention of the learners is acquired. How do we, what are the internal mechanisms of that attention? So it's a little theoretical about the process of the whole thing. We have Tomlin and Villa 1994 who say conscious awareness that is required or that is asked for in the noticing hypothesis does not intervene with language processing. So they say, yes, the learners do become consciously aware of a certain linguistic item that is being presented by the teacher if we go along with the noticing hypothesis, but this noticing of a specific linguistic feature at one point does not mean that this is also being processed by the learner. So over here, they are distinguishing between just an awareness and understanding. So when you process information, you gain a knowledge about how a thing works. When you notice something only, then you only notice a similarity or difference. So then the learners might just imitate it without understanding how the language works, or they might, once they notice it, they let it go for the next time. It really depends. So what they are saying is that this does not involve deep processing of knowledge. We have Truscott 1998 who argues that noticing should be disassociated from competence. So if you notice something, that does not mean that immediately that noticing has been changed into competence, your competence of language, because that type of intake has other factors that need to be taken into consideration. So although its importance for meta-linguistic language or knowledge itself is appreciated, but it does not happen always. So what Truscott is saying is something similar to Tomlin also. Nevertheless, we have Ellis, 1994, an important researcher, an important name in the field of second language acquisition, and he argues that that explicit knowledge about second language acquisition, either through focus on form, either through just noticing hypothesis, leads to development of implicit knowledge. That is, the learners, although they do not say it, yet in a hidden way, implicit way, hidden way, they do actually imbibe the knowledge, they absorb the knowledge, and that means that after some time, this explicit knowledge will be automatized and will help the learners to use use it in terms of accuracy in second language. However, there are other researchers who give less prominent role to focus on form. So there are researches with mixed results. What we need to do as teachers or as second language students, what we need to do is to understand what are the controversies and how do these different types of research apply to my students. So it's a matter of actually trying to apply certain strategy and trying to notice the difference that it is making. If it is not making a difference, we need to switch over to other strategies. So this means having a color palette so that you can choose the different colors and see which one helps you to shade your classroom in a way that your students benefit most.